I'm live. It's a pop up. It's a pop up. If anybody is awake. Hey, you had to wait a whole hour? Sorry. I'm choking. I went down the wrong pipe. Hold on a second. Let me get myself together. All right. I'm okay. Feel like choking a little bit, but I'm okay. Slapping me on the back. Thank you, Bone Tire. Hey, Mike. How you doing? I'm trying to finish this hat, and I said might as well finish this hat while I'm on live. So thank y'all for coming in and joining me. It's giving me fits, and so it's gonna have a whole new design. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So just it. Oh, talking and drinking at the same time. You know you can't do that. Things go down the wrong pipe. But anyway, hey everybody. Hey everybody. How y'all doing? Thanks for coming over here. I really hadn't planned on going live tonight. I mean, I was gonna be up with Mona, but I wasn't gonna stream to my channel at all. And then I got started working on this. I'm like, I want to finish. Hey, God's desire for me. Um, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. She got a drinking problem. Hush, Mike. You know I got a drinking problem. I do have a drinking problem. I want to drink, and I can't. I ain't got nothing in the house to drink. Actually, that's not true. I've got bottles of wine over there that I've made. That I could drink if I wanted to, but yeah, not. I went and got a you got a soda, I got a liqueur. It's the grapefruit one. But I gotta finish my water first. I'm not allowed to have that until I finish this water. Because I've had too much to drink today. That's not water. TT Junior, I think I sent um oh, there you go. Anyway, yeah. Phone. Okay, I'm just gonna hit something at my charger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I needed to set up the live and to get a drink. There's GT Junior. Hey there.
Hey there. I had to switch it up. My phone was not doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah. I what's that? What's it looking like? Oh yeah. Mine is on the charger. I had to check and make sure if it was charging. Sometimes I put it on the charger, but connection's not great.
That's a story of my life. All night I think of this charge. I wake up, I got 27%. What
Right.
happened?
Like it's been on the charger all night long. Right, exactly.
Oh man.
Check and make sure it's actually charging.
hmm I get
Um,
to make my zucchini soup tomorrow.
okay, cool.
Oh, yes, finally. I had to give the first one to my chickens because it was going bad. I was like, let's cut the loss and give the rest of them to them. I
Yeah,
did that. And I
you,
made zucchini chips.
I,
How am
yeah,
I
I heard
supposed
you
to tell?
say you gave some to your son. How did he like them?
Yeah, he liked them. He came back outside. He said, "Like, okay then, son." So
All right.
I still got, yeah, I got one more bag left. He took one to school. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Well, one thing about growing zucchini, generally you get a lot. They're pretty big producers.
Hmm.
Most squash are pretty big, good producers. But so you should have plenty to do something with. I still say you should try zucchini bread.
I don't even know if I don't even. Uh, I want to make a soup. When I went to um, Olive Garden, I had
Mm,
all those soups, and I'm like, I don't remember ever making like when I prepare lunches or whatever, dinner or whatever. It's never soup. So it's like, yeah, I want to get. I want to get.
yeah. Now I do like squash soup. I haven't made it like I think it's acorn squash or butternut squash that they you roast it first and then you make the soup out of it. I've had that. There's a couple places, a couple restaurants that have nice squash soups, but they're
Mm.
sweet. They're sweet. Um, but I've never had zucchini soup before. And like at the Olive Garden, I love to get the soup and salad at Olive Garden. If I go there, that's what I get, and I'll get the chicken gnocchi soup and the zuppa toscana.
That one. Um, I w- they said which one I pointed, and then my individual he tried to say it, and then they corrected him, and I said, yeah, that one. And she was like, so what you think I should bring you next? I was like, surprise me. I said I'm gonna eat them all. I said bring them
Right.
out.
I don't like them all. There's one that they have that's got the tomato based. I don't care for that one too much.
Oh,
But I mean, I eat it. I don't hate
which
it.
one is that?
I think is it a minestrone or something like that? I don't know. It's one that's it's a
So
tomato
I
based.
had so I had three of the four then because I had the veggie one that has no meat. Then
Mm,
I had the zapaduputapata, and then I had the one with the spicy sausage in it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like with the zucchini. I want to make it. I got some potatoes over there too. I got some. Somebody told me chicken broth, so I got me some chicken broth over there. I
I
got
make that one.
onions.
Yeah, I
Hmm?
make that one. That's the potato one. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I'm doing that today. I'm doing that today.
I like the gnocchi soup too. The chicken gnocchi soup. That one I like.
Hmm.
That one is too heavy though. I have to admit. For me, it's heavy, but I like
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Yeah, I had the bad stuff today. I usually don't drink sodas, but I seen this. I was like, oh, we strawberry melon. It's two of my favorite flavors, so we gonna fake it with the
Hey,
juice
girl, what I
today.
eat. Who else says in here that I didn't see earlier? If I didn't say hey, Angel.
Hello,
Uh,
grown what I eat.
I love this time of year. I like soup. I like soup. In fact, there's usually a couple of soup challenges here on YouTube. I don't know if Lydia gonna do one this year or not. Lydia's got so much going on, but I'm gonna ask her best yet if she's gonna do a soup
Hmm.
challenge this year. I think
I
I made.
still my sorry.
Go ahead.
I still got my soup video from last year that I didn't upload.
Yeah.
I joined and I was gonna drop it not too long ago, and I was gonna put some theatrics in front of it
Hmm.
and just make people laugh. Like, man, that boy's so silly. But
Yeah.
it was gonna. I thought it was gonna bang out, but no, I ain't even drop it. I still got it in there.
Yeah. I think I made
Hmm.
chili last year. But
Yeah, that's what I did
I
too.
love chili. Anyway, this is time of the year. In fact, I might make some chili this weekend. I mean, this week, maybe next day or two, actually. Well,
My
I need to check my pantry. I may not have everything I need to make chili. Um,
yeah, my individuals was asking me to make chili. They asked for steak and they asked for fish they asked for shrimp tacos. I had made shrimp tacos for them a couple of months ago, and
Mm,
it turned out pretty good.
I
You
love
know,
shrimp tacos.
I don't even remember how I made it. I remember shrimp, some like coleslaw stuff that I did. I soak it in lemon juice or something. I did something different to it. I
Mm-hmm.
get in the kitchen, I just get inventive, and it turned out real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I cooked fish for him Wednesday. The fish that we had caught on the boat when my boss had got us the charter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, I like that better than salmon. That fish was banging.
What kind of fish was it?
The black rockfish.
I love rockfish. People think I'm crazy when I say that, but I love
It's
rockfish.
good.
It is good, and if I could find somebody who knows how to ship it, I would buy $1,000 worth. You hear me?
It is good though.
It
I
is that
feel you.
good
It
to
is
me.
good.
It's that good
It
to
is
me
good.
that it's like, oh, I'd buy it. If you could just figure out if I could figure out how to get it shipped to me, I would buy it. And it's funny because every now and then Publix will have um in their flyer they'll have that they have rockfish. And every time I go up there, they never have it. It's in the
Oh
flyer,
man.
but they never have it. And I know if they have it, it's gonna be previously frozen. You know, it's not gonna be fresh. It's
Mhm.
gonna be previously frozen. And I'm like, why you thaw it out? Just leave it frozen. If you're gonna leave it frozen
Right.
and let me
Right.
thaw it out when I get ready to cook it. Don't thaw it out. Sell it to me, thaw it out, and then I have to cook it within a day or two, or it's gonna be bad. I don't want
Right.
to refreeze it.
Mm-mm. Right.
So yeah, but they
And
never
it's
have
pretty.
it. They say they're gonna have it, and they never do.
Mm. They have it here in the stores. I seen it. I went to the store Friday. I had to pick up some things for them, and I seen it. They had it full. They had the full piece. Mine's already came filleted because, excuse me, the people that actually went with us, the coworkers and stuff. Well, that's a coworker's friend. He knew how. He's a fisherman, so he knew how to. No, no, no. The charter man, he filleted while we was on the boat. I mean, he went. I mean, it was like he gave us the bag when we got off the boat. Here you go. We paid him. He was like, here you go.
Yeah,
And
that's the kind of charter I like.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, man, I ain't got to do nothing. Nothing. I like this. And they bought some. They bought something. Oh, they bought a Ziploc bag. We took a couple of pieces home. I cooked that for them that night. And then they had a vacuum seal. The other people, they had the vacuum sealer. So they vacuum sealed the rest of the fish. So when we got it, we just put it in the freezer. Yeah. So it worked out pretty good.
Okay,
Oh, you
okay.
moving.
I'm because I decided to change it up. I was doing half doubles. I moved and went to doubles, and then I put the little gap in between, so that's going a little bit faster. So it's going. The last time I had rockfish was 2 years ago when a friend of mine got married. By the way, they're not married anymore. Um, but she's
Two
native
years?
2 years. Yeah, she's Native Alaskan,
Ugh.
and she has an auntie that lives there in Ketchikan, and they her auntie asked her what she want, and she says, "I want fish." And she sent a box of fish, and I mean it was probably
It was a white box.
I want to say it was maybe 4 feet long by about 2 feet high by about
Whoa.
2 feet wide, and it was full of vacuum sealed salmon, rockfish. It didn't have the what's the other one? It didn't have that one because it wasn't seasoned. It wasn't the right season for that. I forget which one it is. Halibut? Is it halibut?
Halibut.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't the right season for
Halibut's a
that.
good one.
It wasn't the right season, but it had rockfish. and it had salmon, and it had another third one. I can't remember what the third one was, and it was
Mm,
full of fish.
mm. That's a
You hear
lot.
me? And
That's a lot of fish.
it was a huge box of fish, and she hired a guy um to cook. Actually, she had a
Mm,
crew to cook,
mm,
and they cooked. He did. He broiled some. He fried some. They put some on the grill. I mean, he had a fryer going outside. He had the oven going. He had a
mm.
grill going outside. It was like there was fish for days. And not only that, then they went fishing because the wedding was on the Gulf down in
Oh,
Florida.
okay.
They went fishing and brought back more fish. We
Oh, wow.
ate fish. I mean, and it literally was for days. We stayed down there for like a week. And we had fish for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it was never the same. You know, it was never the same unless you wanted the same. It was so good.
So
But
she had some real cooks. Goodness.
yeah, and that rockfish, and when I was like, I'm gonna take some of this home with me, and she was like, help yourself. But it came. It was like it was. I don't. They somehow they flew it down there. They somehow they froze it, and it came frozen. And so it was like take out what you need, put it in the refrigerator, and then it was crazy. I'm like, I don't know how
Mm.
much that her auntie spent for that fish, but I'm like, I need an auntie like that in Alaska. That's all I gotta say.
With a lot of the Native Americans that live here, they have what's it called? Not subsidized.
That's what it's called.
Subsistence, subsistence, fishing or something like that. Subsistence. That means that you basically live off the land, so there's no limit to how many fish you can catch or
Oh,
how much you can harvest from, you know, sending somebody to the freezer camp. There's a lot of different um, variations, but a lot of the people that are Native Americans here, they can just fish, and it's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
You know.
she's native Alaskan. So there's that. But yeah, it was cool. Oh, hey, Auntie Ellen. My uncle sent me a box like that with salmon. He is a fisherman in Anchorage. Yeah, coastal station up there. Ooh, some of my friends send salmon just like that from Alaska. They were coastal station up there. I know a couple people in the Coast Guard. Yeah, I'm frogging the ruffle hat now. Bet you finished your hat before I finished that frog. I was on the second ruffle. Those were I don't y'all are bold. Y'all are brave for doing those ruffle hats. I just can't. I cannot with
Why?
it. It just takes too long, GT Junior. I don't have that much patience. Y'all like this. I'm like Mona talking about it takes patience to be in the garden. No, it don't. It takes patience to be in the garden. For certain things. There's certain things that just don't grow. I don't grow because I'm not patient. And it's the same thing with crocheting and with knitting. I can knit, I'll knit socks, but certain things I'm not gonna even attempt to knit because it'll take me a lifetime. And
Hmm.
I'm not the one for that. Thanks for coming in, Auntie. You caught the afterglow, the replay, because Mona had to go. She was rocking out the chair.
Yeah, she was on one. She was sleepy. I'm talking about that head was just.
But she might
Like,
be in the
okay.
bushes. All I'm gonna say, she might be in the bushes.
What up, Mona? She's still trying. She's still gonna try to go to sleep though. Yeah.
Yeah, but she might be in the bushes. That's all I'm saying. A
Yeah.
ruffle hat is mindless crochet, though. Okay, okay, I can do that. There's certain things. You're right. Certain things are mindless, and you can do. And I don't mind. I guess I really don't mind repetitive crochet. It just I don't know. There's certain things though, like just get me like. Even like making that scarf, like Mona was making, she's going back and forth. I can't stand to do that. Those little short.
Mm.
I want. It's, ugh, I don't know. It just. Ugh. I don't
Hmm.
know. Yeah, I think that the whole ADHD thing. Um, I think I think it's I don't know. I I can't articulate how I feel about it. I don't think I'm ADHD, but I feel like I'm ADHD. Put it that way. When it comes to certain
Hmm.
things, it's like I can focus quite well on anything I want to until I can't. Until I can't. And then it's like okay, what was I doing? Yeah.
I literally did that today. They had Special Olympics today, and it was bocce. And what happened was there's a they have AstroTurf, because it's
Hmm.
they play soccer there and other games there. So I
You
was
have
walking and I was getting
a miracle feel.
sure,
That's what we have
sure.
one called Miracle Field.
Mm.
That's similar
All
to that.
I
It has AstroTurf, but go ahead.
And so I was walking and I was getting closer to the pictures, but there's a dip in there somewhere. So
Um,
I feel the dip and I look back and then for like 2 minutes, I'm sitting there trying to feel for it and with my foot. And I want and then after I found it, I was like, wait a minute, there's a lot of people here. I wonder if anybody's looking. I was like, man, I'm not even gonna look up. And I kept trying to look for it. I was like, let me find it first. Then I look and see how many people was looking at me. But yeah, I straight got distracted. Luckily, they did other people, so I didn't miss the picture because I was taking pictures and stuff too.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I do. I get, and I do. I'll get. I'll forget where I am. Like I'll. I'm going along and I'm going along. It's like, oh man, like even now, sometimes I'll be in the kitchen and I'll go outside, and when I get outside, it's like, oh, let me do this while I'm here, and it's like, no, you're cooking. You got to go back. You can't go outside while you're cooking because you're gonna burn the house down.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna burn the house down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. But I'll get distracted so easily, and it's like, nope, can't go outside because if you go outside, you're gonna see something that needs done, and then you're gonna get started doing it, and then you're gonna forget that you what you were doing inside. Okay,
Yeah.
that is cute. I like this a whole lot better. Look, it was so funny. It was what I'll tell you what happened, and Charlotte, you'll get it. Where the
Oh, I like that.
where
Yeah.
I was going, where I was connecting, right? The row where it was connecting. For some reason,
Mm-hmm.
the seam was not going straight. The seam was going to the side at an angle, and so it was like I was adding a stitch on one side re- and losing a stitch on the other side, but I couldn't figure out how I was doing it. And I took it out twice to try to straighten that seam out. And finally, it's like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm just done with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it again. And this is perfectly lined up because it's the same. It's two stitches. And there's every stitch is on top of another stitch, so it lines up perfectly every
Mm-hmm.
time. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's the seam right there. Right here is the seam. It's perfectly lined
Mm-hmm.
up, two stitches, one stitch on top of the other. I don't know how that happened to me, but I could not. And this particular yarn, I'm sorry, speaking complete sentences, I couldn't continue the hat with it doing that. It just was driving me crazy because it wasn't even. And the hat was fine because it still was the same number of stitches, but
Mm-hmm.
but the row was like one stitch over every row. And so it was going on an angle. And I couldn't stand that. I wanted it to be straight.
I would have thought it was a cool design.
Well, and the thing of it is this particular yarn, and I don't even know what kind. It's one of the red hearts, but I don't know which one it is. But this particular yarn, it showed up. A lot of yarns, it wouldn't even show up. It
Hmm.
wouldn't even show up, but it showed up, and it's like it really shows the stitch definition. Look, you can see how well the stitch definition shows on that. You can
Yeah.
see the stitches on that, and some things
Clearly.
the stitches don't even show up that well. It was showing up. I'm like, I cannot with this. I cannot with this yarn. It's just Red Heart Super Saver. It's probably the color. Some colors, yeah, some colors they show up. I'm diagnosed with executive function disorder, basically ADHD, but mine happened as a result of West Nile into the I'm on Adderall at 55 years. Bone tired. I was diagnosed with something by my psychiatrist, and I was on medication for a minute, but yeah. Finally, I told her I can't take this stuff anymore. She was like, "But you're doing so well." I'm like, "Yeah, but we got to get off of this." But you're doing so well. But yeah, we got to get off of this. And so finally, I got off of it.
West now, is that a isn't that
Mm-hmm.
what? Now you got me wanting to Google. What?
Yeah, it is. Who is it? What's the name? Six Bows. Six Bows' daughter, 18-year-old daughter, was just diagnosed with West Nile in Missouri.
Oh.
Just like within the last month.
Hmm.
I'm like, this is crazy. But anyway, okay, this hat is long enough, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. That just took me by, and that was in 2006, I think they said. I was reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. How do I find the perfect pitch for anything as far as like snow loads and stuff? Like what? Like I don't know what I'm supposed to look for
For
to
what?
find the perfect a pitch, a slant,
Oh,
uh, for my snow load. I'm having it at 8 inches, and I think I'm gonna drop it to 4. And I'm gonna have places for
you
the.
gotta listen, you gotta find an engineer to ask that question. I'm not an engineer, I'm a forester.
Well, you smart too, so I thought I should ask you. So
But I'm a
you know,
forester.
but
I'm not
that
a
don't mean nothing. Just because you smarter in one subject doesn't mean you don't know things.
I'm not an engineer. I don't know about roof pitches. I mean,
Okay.
when you said it, I was like, is he asking me for real about the pitch of the roof?
The
I don't
chat is still here too. The chat might know something.
care about snow. I live in Alabama. I have
But
lived wait a minute. I have lived in almost every southern state, but I, snow? You asking me about snow?
Fr Humphrey, I
If
know that you
it was
smart.
me, I would put a heater
No, I'm
on.
talking about.
I would put a heat. I would make it like you know how they have heated tile floors. I would have a heated
Mhm.
roof, and when it snowed, I would turn it on so it would melt and it would run off, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the pitch. It could be even a very slight pitch, but it would run off. Now that's just me, because that's how I think.
But then it's about what's going to happen with the runoff, and then how is it? Because if it's 0 degrees or it's -10, you got to think about how, like, as it's melting, what's going to happen.
See, I told you you asking the wrong person.
I see now. I see now.
Because those chalets and Switzerland look like A-frames because of the snow. Okay, yeah, but see, that's the problem. I don't know, GT Junior. Maybe there's somebody out here to know. I'm not the one.
I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna have to.
Of course, Granny says pretty steep for the snow to slide off. But what are you going to do with the excess snow once it slides off?
It's gonna be over there.
Over there?
I'm going in one side, and the snow is gonna go the opposite way. And I'm
Okay.
also gonna use the roof rake. But I'm saying, like, if I have, if
Well,
I
that's
have
where the
a,
water. That was where the water gonna go when I put the heater on. I'm gonna turn the heater on, and it's gonna run off as water, and it's gonna go over there.
No, it's gonna stay in your yard.
He said it's
It's
gonna
gonna be
go.
hanging off your roof. Yeah, it's gonna stay in your
Oh, it's
yard. You're
gonna be
gonna have it hanging off
icicles
your
hanging
roof. You're gonna have one big old icicle.
See,
You
that's why.
gotta
That's why it's not me. See,
yeah, because
I went
we'll
somewhere.
get 3 feet in a day.
I
We'll
went
get that much.
somewhere and they had the heated tile floors. I was like, "Ooh, if I ever
Mm.
had a tile floor, I don't even care if I was in Florida, I would have heated tiles." Those are so
Nah, you
nice.
need it.
This is so
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna shovel it, Granny.
And
Talk
that
to us,
water will
Granny.
turn into a glacier.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know, but let me ask my computer because my computer is smart, and I want to know what was the question again. My question is
What
what?
is the needed pitch for a 4 foot A-frame structure? I'm not good with saying what I want. I don't be-
For in Alaska?
It doesn't have. It's just a pitch for snow loads. My wife be saying, "Why are you asking it like that?" Like, what you
Because I
mean?
want to know what pitch is needed for a 4 foot A-frame structure in Alaska for snow load. For a small 4 foot A-frame structure in Alaska, the roof pitch is important consideration. Here are some points. A steep pitch of at least 6 dash slash 12, 26.6 degrees or greater is generally recommended for A-frame structures in area with heavy snow loads like Alaska. Okay. You know what a 612 is?
For every 12 inches, you need to drop six, maybe
Okay. It says 26.6 degrees. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says.
26.4 degrees.
And it says Alaska has some of the highest snow loads in the United States. The actual roof load will depend on the slope, the exposure to wind, thermal temperatures, and the importance of the structure.
Well, nobody's.
I'm
They
still
said
at.
the
It
important.
says for a small 4 foot A frame, you could consider using an 812, which is 33.7 degrees, or steeper. Okay, it just says 612. Now it says 812.
812 is crazy.
Consult a local structural engineer for site specific. Okay,
Ain't
I told you
studying.
my computer
I'm
is
gonna use
smart.
the six
It
twelve.
says call an engineer. Okay, I
Yeah, I'm gonna
told
use six. I'm gonna use the 612. 612, I can drop from 8 to 4, basically. And if I
you.
pull it
Okay,
down, the thing about it is I don't want to get. If I have to leave the snow there for a day, then I don't want to crush my structure. That's basically
okay.
that's what I'm trying
Let
to
me
get out.
see. What are the best materials? What's the elevation effect? What are the pros and cons of different pitches? Okay, let's see. A steep pitch, 612 or greater, allows the snow to slide off, decreases the risk of ice dams, and provides structural strength. Can be dangerous if snow slides off quickly.
Mm.
It can be more difficult to work on for maintenance. A moderate pitch of 412 to 612, it may accumulate more snow. And in a low pitch, it says will require a lower pitch from 412 or less will require a stronger structure to support the snow load. So it appears that you're looking at least 612.
Yeah, 412
See?
at the very very. Yeah,
See? Did you
you
see
you
that?
figured it out. I
My
told you you
computer.
smart.
My computer's smart. It ain't me.
But you was able to relay the information to me. You was able to da 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 da, and
You
then read
asked
it
the
to me,
question.
and
I
then
just
me
typed the question.
comprehend it.
I typed the
Huh?
question in, and the computer told me the answer.
So you did some work, and I thank you. Yeah, that's 612, 412. I can work with that. I think that's a 4 to 8.
412 is probably going to be, and I don't know what I'm talking about because I just read it. I don't know, but 412 is probably gonna not going to be steep enough, and a 612 is probably going to be your best bet. But if you can find a local engineer to ask, yeah, that might will help. I'm trying to think if I know any. Do I know any engineers in Alaska? I don't. I know some engineers. I don't, but they don't. They've never worked in Alaska.
Mhm.
Actually,
So
I have
you
a really
just
good.
use this as a decibel. Find
That's,
the variable.
it did show that it did have the angles though. It did say well the 612 was a 26.6 degrees, and the 812 was the 33 degrees. So that's the angles, right?
Mhm.
So it was like 2 feet of snow on Saturday. Google knows everything. That wasn't Google uh um Gulf Coast Granny, although Google probably would have answered the same way. That was a uh I forget what it's called. AI. It's the artificial it's AI called Perplexity that I sometimes use to ask questions. But you have to the thing about Google and Perplexity and any of those things, you gotta ask the question right.
Mhm.
That's the thing. And if you don't ask the question right, you get the wrong answers. But one of the things with Perplexity that you can use is you can bound the question. Like like Perplexity will tell you where the sources. One of them came from forums, outdoors. No, Alaska Outdoors forums. One of the
Mhm.
answers came from Sea Act. One came from North to Alaska Hanson Pole Buildings. And so it tells you where the sources are. And so you can eliminate the sources. You know what I'm saying? You can say,
Mhm.
I don't want anything that's from, one is from one of them is from the municipality of Anchorage. Department Services, Department Building Safety handout AG number 30, snow removal guidance in buildings in Alaska. Are
Oh
des-
wow.
are required to be designed and constructed to support a minimum of 40 pounds of square per square feet. Bleh, 40 pounds per square foot snow load. So it came from the city of Alaska, municipality of Anchorage, Alaska. Then another one
Mhm.
came from Sky Civil Engineering, snow load calculation. And then another one came from Omni Calculator. And then another one came from Somebody Building Guide. And so it has seven sources that it use, different sources that it use. You can tell Perplexity that you only want sources that are um, engineering sources. I only want engineering sources. So you get none of the sources that are from forums or from, just people, people discussing it. I don't want any forums. I just want, these stuff. I only want um I only want local government sources. So you don't want anything that's nationwide. I just want Alaska or cities in Alaska. Or
See that? See, I
You
wouldn't
can
even know that I can specify things like that. So
you
that's what's
can
I don't I don't.
yeah, you can do that with Perplexity. You can tell them that I only want sources that are this kind of sources. So if you were say if you were looking up some information about a plant or something, you can say I only want medical journals. I don't want the journal of biological sciences for um, dogs, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Human
mm-hmm,
studies, only human studies included, or something like that. You can limit it to what you want, or you can say, I don't want any like newspapers or dailies. I don't care what People Magazine has to say about it. I only want peer reviewed journal articles.
mm-hmm.
So,
I get
but
to
you
use
what
this.
people don't understand that about AI is that the it can it can search the internet for information, but the information that you get, if it's coming from somebody's personal blog, it's just an opinion piece.
Mm,
It could be just an opinion piece, or it could be a well researched paper from somebody's blog, but you don't know that.
right, right. I still didn't get the answer right. It's 2.6. Yeah, that's
Ella
definitely
just woke up.
correct.
She's
You
like,
heard something.
she
You heard
no,
it.
it's her time. She pretty much sleeps and is awake the same time every day. And so it's about the time for her to to to, to move around, go get something to nibble on, get some water. Um,
I
oh
had a
Lord.
pretty good day. I was pretty productive. I did some harvesting at my first job, so that was pretty cool.
I think
Got
I
a
just
video of me. We harvest some purple top turnips
okay.
and some kale. I cooked kale up before I left work and went to the second job. But I was only at work for a short while today. I got to mess around in the garden. Go, me and my wife, we went. Well, yeah, we went to um, little Mexican restaurant down around the way and stuff. So pretty cool day. Cool day. I went back there and showed her what but she didn't actually understand when I was saying the chicken run. She's like, I don't know
Um,
what you're talking about because she kept getting the chicken run and the chicken coop confused. So I had to start calling it the fence. Yeah, the
mhm.
fence. Yeah, it's gonna be in the fence. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna be protected. Yeah, because she real skeptical about them going out there. It's like, look, we gotta try. We're not gonna harm them, but we're gonna try. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been doing the best
Like
that we
seriously.
can, so keep pushing it. Mm.
I was trying to read this. Like, but smell melt and flow to the river anyway. Okay. So you get a ton of snow, everybody gets flooded. It's crazy. And it's allowed. What? In Minnesota, we dump snow in the Mississippi River. We flood cities to Oh, I like gradual melt. It's like 2 feet of snow. Oh. Yes, you have to be specific. Yeah, that's true. That is crazy. But wouldn't snow melt and flow to the river anyway? We take it dump load trucks of snow to the river. That's wild. No, not just natural runoff. Well, see, that's the part of it too. Gulf Coast planning with snow melt, part of it will run off, but because depending on how fast it melts, part of it will seep into the soil, and it'll go deep into the ground, actually pretty deep in the ground. And so not all of it makes it to the river via runoff. Um, but it's
Because
like
we have tons of it.
Target will pile snow to a 20-foot mountain and then spring truck it to the river. That is crazy. That is absolutely trash and all. Yeah. See, that's what I don't like about snow, the dirty snow. There's pretty white, pristine, clean snow when it first falls, and then
Hmm.
there's the snow after that.
Hmm.
I
I
spent.
have.
Go ahead.
Mm-mm.
He said,
Mm-mm.
uh. I was gonna say I spent um some time in. It was actually in West Virginia. It wasn't too far north, but it was in West Virginia. But it was one of those cold winters where it snowed. I think at Thanksgiving, and the snow didn't melt. Like it snowed every week. It snowed, and it cleared up, but it didn't really melt. And it was a lot of snow, and then it was 2 or 3 feet more snow, and it snowed
Hmm.
every week. And I think we went in February. It was just nasty, you know. It was just
Yeah.
nasty, and it was like I don't remember what month we actually went in, but whenever we went, it had snowed for weeks it had, ago, and it had snowed every week since then. And it was pretty. It was really pretty when you flying over and you look at it, it's pretty and it's white, and you get there and you get on the ground and you go in, and it's like pretty, and you're in your car and you're like, oh, and then you had to walk because we were on campus and we had to walk to class every day, and there was this huge mountain of snow on one side of the road, and everything, the sidewalks were covered, so you had to walk on the other side of the street. But then it was
Hmm.
just nasty. It was just nasty, and it was icy. Every day was icy, and cars
Whew.
were sliding, and people were sliding, and it was like, you hate me. I was like thinking about my supervisor. I'm like, you hate me. Why would you send somebody from the south there? You just hate me. You hate
And
me.
give you the
It was
experience.
cold and wet and icy every day. And then, you're scheduled to fly out, but you can't fly out if the temperature doesn't get to a certain temperature because, they can't de-ice the plane and blah, 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 blah. It's like, bleh. And so you're there on pins and needles trying to figure out if you're ever going to get to leave this frozen, nasty place. I mean, it was nice. The people were nice and the place was nice and everything, but it was just the wrong time to be there.
Yeah, that snow melt, and then the cars splash it around and start turning brown, and there's mud everywhere. It gets,
And then it freezes over at night and it's ice in
yeah,
the morning, and then it starts all over again the next day. And then it
that breakup
snows
season.
and it covers it up and it's all pretty and white, and then it starts all over
That's it right there.
again. Yeah. Only thing I miss about snow is riding snowmobiles. Oh, yeah,
Mm.
snowmobiles. I was in, what was I? I was in Montana. Actually I was at Yellowstone National Park. I was in West Yellowstone, Montana. And it was years and years ago. It was back in '88 when they had the big fire there. I don't know.
Mm.
Y'all may or may not remember because y'all are young. But um but while I was there, and they were putting the poles up along the side of the roads because it
Mm.
was the fall of the year, and they put these poles along the side of the roads. These high, these poles. I'm like, what are they? What are these poles? What are they doing? And they were like, oh, these are poles that mark where the road is because that's where snowmobiles are allowed when the snows come. I was like, what? I was like, well, okay. Otherwise, you wouldn't know where the road was, and you wouldn't know where snowmobiles are allowed because they're not allowed. They're only allowed on roadways
Yeah,
in certain parts of the park. I was
the
like,
snow is real.
wow. Yeah. It's so funny. My husband wanted to take a job out there one time, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm not going to be able to work. He was like, why? I'm like, because I can't go outside when it's cold.
Hmm.
Like, it's like I got about 3 months worth of working, and then for the 9 months I'll be in the house. Like, unless they let me work from home, because I can't drive in the snow. I can't work in the snow. So, but we can go. I don't mind. I don't mind moving out there because I can live as long as I can stay inside. I'm good.
Hmm. Yeah. And someone asked what type of chickens I have. I don't remember. I have an Oxterlope and no Australian lope or something like that. It has a good egg production and Rhode Island red. I don't remember the rest of them. Yeah,
You don't
I
remember
do have
this?
them. Hmm?
Rhode Island red.
Yeah, I don't remember the rest of them.
I have a funny story about Rhode Island red. I don't know if I should tell it or not. Um, every time I hear that Rhode Island red, I think about a woman from Rhode Island who was interested in becoming the bishop of our diocese.
Of what?
Of our church diocese, the Alabama diocese of the church, and the reason I think of her is because she was from Rhode Island, and I don't think she had red hair. I think she wore a red suit. Um,
Mm.
but for some reason, when I was like a delegate at the conference, and
Hmm.
we were we were they had all of the people who wanted to all of the candidates were there, and for some reason I always think of her as Rhode Island red. I don't
Mm.
know why. You know how you don't I don't even remember what her name was. I have no idea what her name was.
It's
Actually,
word association. Yeah.
she might be the bishop now because I
Oh.
haven't been paying attention to who's
Mm-hmm.
doing what now because I don't go to church that often anymore. But it was so funny how you do just it's just word association how you associate certain people for certain things. But yeah, every time I hear Rhode Island Red, I think of her. And she was
Mm.
sharp. She was sharp as a tack. She didn't get the job. Someone else got the job, and he was good. He was good. Um, but that was Rhode Island Red.
But but I also seen some other chickens that I like. I was watching. I've been doing a lot more research related to chickens and their environment, how to keep them during the winter. I know all this stuff, but I'm just doing a recap and watching just watching a lot of different things. And I've seen three types of chickens that I actually want. So we're gonna see how this goes with the first batch going out, and then we're gonna revisit um, some other options because those were some pretty cool chicken. Like, yeah, if I can get
I'll
like one or two of those eggs, yeah, that'd probably be cool. Hatch them in the, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You got any of those colorful chickens? What are they called?
No,
The
I
ones
don't have
with
one of
the
those.
colored eggs? I forget what they're called.
The one that
Uh,
what?
they have the colored eggs.
Easter eggers, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of those. I get there's some eggs on the counter. Yes, but there's different Easter eggers. But yeah, I guess eggs. Right here.
I think it's got
You
some
can't really see them. Like, see, these are three different colors.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, 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 I can see. One's
But
kind of a greenish. One's kind of a yellowish, and the other one is
Mm,
brown.
yeah, so. And then they have even more greener than that. So it really goes down. Oh man, I got a busted one.
Uh-oh. How many eggs you get a day?
Since I've been giving them a apple, excuse me, I've been giving them the little baby apples we have up here and let them chew on that or whatever. They've been giving me 4 to 6 eggs a day.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that's definitely good.
Hey, Cece.
What up, CC? How you doing, God?
How you doing? Hey, Golden Eggs. Crochet. She said Australopes are great chickens. I have three. They're my favorites.
They're
Okay.
smart. They're smart. I have this blue. Well, he's not blue. She's gray, but I call her blue because there's a. I don't know why I called her blue. It was something about her, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna call you blue." And when I started naming them, she was like, "That chicken is not blue." I said, "That's her name. Her name
What's
Blue."
her name? You don't
Yeah,
have to
Blue.
be blue.
Oh,
That's
I
her
forgot to turn
name.
around.
I love my
Got to
buff.
turn around.
I love my buff Orpington and Silkies the most. Silkies are small but lay fairly large eggs. I've seen Silkies before. I've seen the buff Orpington too.
Hmm. I think I got those too. The buff orpington. I got like 5 different varieties of chicken, but I like the black oysterlope and then the blue chicken because they seem smart.
Do
Like,
you have the ones that have the feathers on their feet?
mm-mm, no,
I saw some when I went to Louisiana. I took pictures of them. They had the feathers on their feet. They're funny looking.
they're funny looking.
Yeah.
I won't get them. They, I ain't gonna say I won't get them because they look funny enough to where it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones those are. The Silkies look kind of funny too, though, to me. Uh,
The
I
silkies you said?
I've got a gray Polish with a white head named her Vegas. She's the only one I have with a name. My dragon fruit flower. Oh, oh! Congratulations, Cece.
What? What?
My dragon fruit had a little piece of the cactus on it. I was like, I wonder if I can grow that.
What? That's what's up, CC. What you said about your dragon fruit had a piece of what?
Of the plant of the cactus on it. It was like
Oh,
just a little bit. I was like, I wonder if I can grow that.
mm. How was it though? I never had that kind before. How was it?
Okay. It's slightly it's a very mild flavor.
Mm,
It's really a delicate flavor. Um, and it's slightly sweet. It's not super sweet, but it's slightly sweet. I like it. I like the taste of it. It's really refreshing
mm,
taste.
mm,
I
mm,
was
mm,
kind of surprised because the only ones I've had before are the ones that are white
mm,
with the black seeds in it, and they
mm,
don't
mm.
have a lot of flavor to me. This one
I
had
don't, I,
more flavor to it.
yeah, it's not as enjoyable. Like I got this last one right here. I planted up my other ones, but this is the last one, and this is um the Nord purple, and it hasn't got fruit. I mean, doesn't have um roots on it yet, but it
Oh,
looks like it got roots at the bottom though.
how are you rooting it? What you got it in? Just water?
Well, I was at first, but then I made. Where is that? Oh, I think I put it up. I think I got in trouble. The rooting. I put a liquid
Oh,
rooting hormone in there,
okay.
and that's for just that one. But at first, I just did water, and it rooted. But since that one is struggling, I use some rooting hormone. But
Um, go ahead.
I think maybe that look like it got roots at the top though, and I wonder if I flip it up, what's gonna happen?
Oh,
I mean, it ain't doing nothing in that way, so let me see what it'll do. Okay, what's today? Uh,
16th.
okay, so 16. We're just gonna see what it do. Yeah, let's see what it do in a week. Hmm.
So, what Coach Granny was saying, what about the texture? It's soft but firm. So I'm trying to think what it's like. You know how you know how I'm trying to think what the seeds are like with the seeds in it. You know, like bananas have seeds in them, but you don't even worry about those. It's a little bit more pronounced than that. Like blueberries have seeds in them. It's not quite to me. It's not quite like a blueberry seed. The seeds seem a little bit more delicate. Like they just. Bleh. I don't know how to. I don't even know how. I don't know how
Explain or describe the.
describe the
Okay,
texture of it. Um,
like
you
I've
know, like
had
kiwis have seeds in them. It's kind of like that. The texture is
passion fruit has.
it's almost like this. It's almost like the texture of a kiwi. It's a little bit
Mm,
softer than that. But the seeds don't bother me at all. Yeah.
like I had the passion fruit, and the seeds didn't bother me. The seeds were actually like enjoyable. It was kind of fun to
Yeah, but
eat them,
passion
and then
fruit is different because it's more like it's kind of
gel.
gelatinous. It's
Yeah,
kind of like a
I
gel.
enjoyed it.
It's like a gel encapsulated seed.
I
And
might
and
get to taste my first jujube.
okay.
There's a there's a Facebook Marketplace. I'm always on there. I'm looking for things that I actually, that is going to benefit my life, And so they have one for food or whatever. So this one that remember when I showed you that Creole
Mhm.
avocado?
Mhm.
They post too. That's a Dominican restaurant. I mean, a Dominican grocery store. Now
Mhm.
this is a Asian. I don't know what type of Asian they are, but this is an Asian market, and she had jujube. So I called her, and she called me back, and she told me to call her Tuesday. She said she was trying to get a shipment in, but she's trying to see what's up. I said, all
Oh,
right. So hmm.
I said okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what a jujube tastes like. So it's $10 a pound for jujubes. So I'm just gonna get 1 pound and just see how it rocks. I've never had one. Have you ever had a jujube, FR?
Not
Mm.
jujube. Never had that. Mm-mm.
In the chat, have y'all ever had a jujube? I had a star fruit
Mm.
from, is it called a star fruit? Yeah, a star
Yep.
fruit from that Asian market. And she had made like a salt for it. Oh, it was perfect balance, but it's just not enough with the star fruit. But it was good. I tried it just regular, and then I tasted it with the salt that she made, and it just made it even more enjoyable because it had like little tiny hints of citrus, or the star fruit had hints of citrus. One of the
Yeah.
two, but it matched pretty well. I was like, oh,
The
this is
star
nice.
fruit has hints of citrus.
Mm.
It has a kind of citrusy flavor. Yeah, CC is the texture. The texture was kind of like. um a kiwi, only a little bit softer, not quite as firm as a ripe kiwi. But not the taste. Yeah.
Mm.
And then and like
And-
the seeds were like the kind of like the seeds in a kiwi.
mm. Hey, Cece, did you take a picture of what the flower look like for your dragon fruit? And how
Yeah,
long have you been growing it?
yeah.
I just started mine like what 3 months ago. I need to water them. Oh, gee willikers. I water
I love Facebook Marketplace. I do and don't because I'm always finding something on there, and that's the last thing I need to do is
them.
find something on there.
See, mine has been primarily chicken things or different fruits and vegetables. That's primarily what I've been looking at recently.
Mhm.
Yeah, this chicken coop is like if I ain't got it up in 2 weeks with the paint, it's gonna be not too good. But at
Yeah.
least one of them be done, and with that one, I mean, I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna be a busy joker tomorrow.
Pomegranate is fun to eat, but it'll stain you. I've got a pomegranate growing out there. It's from seeds, so it may never produce anything. But there's
Mm.
a pomegranate tree at my church that I sometimes go to. I keep calling it my church, but I don't go very often. But it
Why
produces
you ain't at the
pomegranates
air layer?
every year. I I should go an air layer. I know the man in the bushes. That's all I got. He's
Oh,
so funny.
definitely.
The guy who keeps the grounds out there, who he's done it for years and years. He called himself the man in the bushes, and when his wife was living, he called her the woman in the beds because she kept the flowers. So I
Oh,
know the man in the bushes. So that's what I'm saying. There's a guy who lives just down the street from me who has a huge pots of passion fruit growing in his driveway. I bet there's 8 pots in those plants, maybe. Wow. Now my passion fruit got Gulf fritillary on them, and they tore them up. And it's one of those things. I don't mind the Gulf fritillary having their preferred meal, but could you leave some for me?
hmm.
Can you just
It
leave?
looked
I'm
like
just asking you leave some for me. Now I did the other one. I have 2 or 3 plants out there. I can't remember how many, but the other one is in a different location, and it did not get any of those caterpillars on it. So I don't know why. The one
mm.
did and the other did not. Um, but yeah, y'all saw that video, that short I made with the caterpillar on there and the person eating chips in the background. I love that sound file. I was when I found that I was like, this is perfect because it was going to town. And I'm telling you, I found at least 4 of those caterpillars on that one little plant.
Yeah, I can't wait to get a caterpillar on my plants and I can give it to my chicken. I want to see how they
California
like
had
it.
a I mean, Canada had an earthquake tonight. What part of Canada?
Oh no.
Gulf Coast Granny. What part of Canada? Never heard of them. Golden Age Crochet says she never heard of the jujubing.
I it was there's this YouTuber he used to say it on
In
he
his,
used to yeah he's a good singer and he gives me like that Nate Dogg vibe or whatever and
I got a
he was
problem.
saying Yeah, yeah. That's it right there.
I got it wrong. I love that. Every time you say Jujube, that's who I think of.
Yep. Here too. I think of that too. So that makes me, it's like I want to try it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to, experience it. And if it comes with a seed, if it's worth it, then I'll plant the seed. Yeah.
Oh, that's over near Pacific Northwest coast. Not sure the center yet, where the earthquake was. Okay, did you feel it, GT Junior? Did you feel it? He's like, that's a
Mm-mm.
long ways from me.
Yeah. We're really really big. We're a big state. We're the
Nah,
biggest
you're not
state.
that big. You just think you are.
That's what the map say.
You're little bitty. You know how they put Alaska. We're a little bitty.
And then they put us at the bottom of the map. It's like
That's
I
not where
remember.
you at. Right.
No, we way at the top, and we bigger than Texas, and they don't even act like we that big.
Well, you're kind of bigger than Texas, but you're not really bigger than Texas.
If you're talking about people, no. But if you're talking about land mass, yes. Developed land mass, no.
No.
But we are.
Landmass, yes.
Yeah, that's
That's one
beautiful
of the
here.
things I kind of wish I had gone to Alaska while I was working because I probably had an opportunity to do it on several occasions and I never did.
Mm.
Um, but that's okay. I'm going next year.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's
I'm going next year.
it's
I'm
definitely a sight.
in the summertime.
The
Yeah,
safe time. I know that's right.
that's right. Star fruit with chili sauce. Okay.
Yep, that's what it was. It was star fruit, and she made something like a chili sauce,
Yeah.
and she was selling the chili. I mean, it was. I was like, man, is she trying to hustle me? Like, I don't know. But she has some really interesting fruit I've never tasted. Like, I got a
That's
passion fruit in my garage, and I never tasted passion fruit before, and then I finally tasted the passion fruit. I'm like, okay, it's interesting. Then I ate it a little bit more, and I'm like, okay, I can
I
vibe
like
with it. But
I like it. Yeah.
yeah, I do.
Bobby eats it
But
on ice cream. Passion fruit.
oh,
Yeah. He just
mm,
scoops it out and uses it as a topping on ice cream,
mm,
like on vanilla ice
that's
cream.
what's up.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
look, y'all.
And okay then.
She done. She
Mm-hmm.
done. Finally, it took
Got it.
me all day. Actually, I didn't start on it until tonight, really. But it took me all to get one hat done. So that means I got to do at least two tomorrow, maybe three.
Oh wow. Mm.
Some of them take longer than others, but this is cute. This is a cute little hat. This is a cute little hat. Let me finish it off
Mm-hmm.
real quick, and then because that's one of the things I'm doing with these hats. I am finishing them as I go. I'm not. There's no coming back to weave in ends or anything like that. Once they're done, I want them done. Doggone it! Where's my needle? It was right here. Right here. Oh, GT Junior, I was gonna show you just to I need to do I'm gonna do a video though. I'm gonna do a little short video of this. I'm gonna show you anyway because you're here tonight. Uh okay. I'm mad about because I don't see what I'm looking for. Can you see it? It's chili
Mm-hmm.
pepper, a cayenne.
Okay, okay. I like that. Lettuce leaf. That's a beautiful one. Yeah.
I haven't grown it in a few years.
I've never grown.
Um,
Sweet Bell Blend,
hmm
30 seeds for 240, 249. And what's
hmm
the seed company on that one that you just showed?
This one, this is
Yeah.
botanical interest,
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah.
and then this one is Southern Exposure Seed Exchange,
hmm I
and then
ordered from them on Etsy.
I've ordered from
I
them
think
several times. And this is a, I'm sorry, I can't even see it. Can you see it?
chocolate cherry. That's a pole cherry. Okay.
Yeah,
20 seeds for $2.49.
yeah,
That
that's
ain't cheap.
another botanical interest.
hmm
Yeah,
So
that's
they
all.
don't even tell us. They used to sell us seeds in, let me see, in grams.
This one, they have grams on some of these. Hold on. Yeah, this one has 1 gram,
hmm
and
So I
this
guess if it's an abundance, then they
it's
do that.
bunch. And then this one has, this one says 0.3 grams, about 40 seeds.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then there's another one that had grams on it. 30 seeds, 1 gram. So some of them have grams, but the ones that have grams on them are usually more. It's like, brassicas and things like that, where they're going to just give you 100 seeds. Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
can
not going to count
understand
them.
that.
They're not going to count them. It's like, look, this is what you get. We're going to weigh it for you. Um,
hmm
but yeah. But the nursery that I went to had the Southern Exposure seeds and the botanical interest seeds and that's interesting. And they also had, what is the other one? Molly's, Ma- I don't know,
hmm
Renee's Garden.
Oh yeah, Renee's garden. Yeah,
I think it's Renee's Garden seeds. Anyway,
Renee's garden.
somebody's garden. Some lady's name got Marie's Garden. I don't know what the name. Somebody's garden seeds. I didn't buy any of those, but they had, those are the seed brands, the packages that they had at that store, at that nursery. And
hmm
I used to could get botanical interest at the Ace Hardware, but when they sold out, when the guy, they, what's his name on YouTube, bought them out. Um, I forget the name of the guy.
Epic.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Epic bought them out. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find this name. Um, they the Ace Hardware stopped carrying them. And so I don't
Mm.
know if it was at the same time or just before they were sold or what, but they stopped carrying them. And so now I don't, there's no place locally that I know that carries them. And I'm like, I'm not ordering them and paying shipping. Like
Mm.
if I can get them local, that's one thing, but ordering them and paying shipping is not something I'm going to do.
Mm-mm.
So there, because I'm cheap
Same.
like that.
Yeah, I made it. Had to make a similar choice when it came down to getting the Egyptian walking onion.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna pay the shipping. It was like $6. No, it was $7. I was like, no, I don't even need the rest of these seeds. I just wanted these, so no.
Right.
20 minutes later, they was all sold out anyway. So it was like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, I went over there after I saw your video. I went over there and put some stuff in the shopping cart. And then I decided that, you know what, I don't need no seeds that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna buy enough to get free shipping, and then I would have gotten them, but I wasn't. There wasn't enough of what they had left. There wasn't enough that I was gonna buy enough to get free shipping. So it's like, yeah, okay, no,
Mhm.
guess I'm not getting any. But I was already at the nursery, so yeah, I picked up some.
L-
I can't find my doggone needle. I just had it. I
I
want to.
remember the I remember the first in my gardener seed haul I did that I bought, and that was the dollar. The first time I experienced the dollar for everything, half price or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought just about 80% of everything that was available. Like the day or the night that it opened. This was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I had I had over $100 worth of seeds. Like I had a whole lot. And when I do my one of the seed kings on the insert that I do on one of my videos sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
that's like a portion of the seeds that I had got that year. I mean, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I found another one. I have several of these, but the one that I've been using for the last few days, I don't know where it is. It's just a needle. It's just a plastic needle for weaving in the
Oh.
ends. And I don't know where it is, and I'm mad about it, but I have several of them. I was like, ugh, I want to finish this because I want it done. I want it completely done. I don't want yeah, bone tired. I heard that Tito Jackson had died.
Yeah. I seen
Said condolences. The quake was in Queen Charlotte Sound off the coast of British Columbia.
that.
Okay. British Columbia. Okay. I'm trying to think who lives there. Um, chickens love mealworms. You can get them dried to give them for a treat. Okay.
Yeah, I have mealworms, and I also have my local feed shop had these little squares. They have oh, what are they called? Some of them are peanut based, peanut butter based. They have what's the other ones? There's one that has promotes energy, but they have these ones and they put them all on sale last year. And I looked, they had a 2 year shelf life, which is not good, but it's good. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be their treat in the run when it's cold. There's nothing they're bored.
Mhm.
It's all cold and stuff. So I'm gonna just hang that up there, and they're gonna go to town. And then I have two different sides that I'm building. So this is
Yeah.
gonna be an interesting experience.
Chickens love a strong quake. Stop huffing cinnamon, GT Junior. Huffing
That's
that.
what made me choke too,
Why you
because I didn't
huffing
know how.
cinnamon?
Because I've never smelt it before, so I'm just trying to, get a grip on what it smells like. What did I do with it? I
You
had it right
never
here.
smelled it before? Never in your whole life? Surely you've smelled it before.
I've never smelt burning cinnamon. You showed me that you can burn the cinnamon.
Oh,
I've never
burning
smelt
cinnamon.
that. Yeah,
Okay,
I burned it.
this is nice. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh, I'm liking
Mm,
I might make another one just like this. I have,
mm,
look,
mm.
I have this whole, I got this big old giant skein of yarn. It used this much yarn
Oh
is,
wow.
is what how much it used. So I've got at least enough to make two more hats
Oh
out
yes.
of this. But I
Mhm.
might combine it with some other colors. Um, I'm on a downhill slide. Mississippi is the landmass between Louisiana. Okay. Cece says, shut your mouth. GT, when you said
Who?
that Alaska was bigger than Texas.
Bless your heart.
Texas,
Bless
Alaska,
your
like,
heart.
yeah, exactly. Mississippi is the gas between Louisiana and Alabama. Okay, if you say so, but
Mm.
I think Louisiana claims everything between Florida and Texas. I think that was the Louisiana Purchase. I'm just saying. So Louisiana
Mm.
claims everything. Uh, I watch a channel called Dutch Sense. He tracks earthquakes and also goes on YouTube every time there's a big quake. He's fascinating to listen to. Dutch Sense. Okay.
Mm.
What is that burning my? Oh, it's cinnamon. I was telling GT Jr. that you can burn cinnamon like you burn incense. Um,
And I don't know what I did with mine. I had it sitting right here, and then I put it somewhere.
and I lit it earlier. Yep, we got the name during after Katrina. Yeah, the landmass hmm between Louisiana and Alabama. Uh-oh, raining again. Um, I lit this earlier. Do not burn yourself, woman.
Oh, you about to burn herself online.
I am
About to
not
burn
gonna.
that finger.
I'm not gonna burn myself. I'm not gonna burn myself.
Her finger's
Online.
gonna be off.
I use regular matches all the time. I do.
Mm.
I have a lighter. I do have a lighter because I have, for things when you need a longer burn. But I like the matches because then I can just dump them in my garden because they decompose, and you're
Yep,
not burning
I can
some
dig it.
fossil fuel. Um, but anyway, that crap
Three
ain't
minute warning for me.
okay. Okay. All right. I'm about to go to because I need to get to bed. It's raining. I need to get to bed because I got stuff I gotta do in the morning. Okay. Um and damned if they didn't do the same thing last week when that Hurricane Francine blew through. Uh
Mm.
you know how they do whenever something comes up, they start talking about New Orleans and
Mm.
you don't hear the real deal. It's like Katrina. Yes, Katrina did hit New Orleans, but Mississippi got more damage than Louisiana did.
Oh
It
wow.
was impacted worse than Louisiana was. Of course, New Orleans is a city, and and there's all of that. But yeah, Mississippi was seriously impacted. I know because I work I work at an agency that does response to that, and that's where we sent. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah, New Orleans was going to get hammered, and it was stretched to Mobile. No warnings about an area in between. Right until it's Waveland got the tornado from it. Yeah. They forget that there's land in between places where people live and people are impacted, and they don't even rate a news story. It's like, are you crazy? Are you absolutely crazy? But no, that part, that part. I didn't feel anything. I'm on Vancouver Island. It was just now. Golden Age Crochet. Um, Charlotte was just Gulf Coast Granny was talking about it. It was just like now. They just put it out there. Mike says he gives his birds and squirrels suet. Is that what you were thinking about? Suet? That's the word. You're muted again. But yeah.
Yes, that. What? Say it again.
Suet.
Oh no, I definitely would have messed that one up.
GC,
Mm-mm. Hmm.
why would you mess that up?
Because our pronunciation is definitely not my strong suit.
Oh, that one looks,
Yes.
that one's pronounced exactly as it's spelled.
To
S U
you,
S U E T, Suet.
to you.
Okay, okay, okay.
You
I've
should see
only,
how Google be playing with me. I be telling
oh,
Google to spell. I be saying stuff. Google tell me. I be like, Lord, please. And and then what make it so bad is I be trying real hard. I be like, and all that. Google say that
uh-uh.
don't work, man.
It'll work.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Good night, bone tired. uh, Good night, bone tired. You can burn cloves indoors as well to deter pests. Okay. Yeah.
Clothes.
Yep.
That's the white. That's the.
Not
Mm.
clover, cloves. The little ones that they stick on hams.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those.
I was confused. Like, wait a minute. Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah. It looks like I won't sleep tonight at all. Got to get the boy up for school at 6 a.m. Poppy's out of town. Uh-oh. Which, Charlotte, you can go to bed. Really.
Hmm.
Katrina hit Bay St. Louis. New Orleans was fine till the levees broke. Exactly. I remember watching news coverage in New Orleans after the flooding, and there were folks on their roofs shooting at the helicopters coming to rescue them. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to be on the listen for a tsunami warning. Okay, really? I don't know about that.
Who that?
Yeah, quake that strong in the water, definitely tsunami. Okay. Good night, Cece. Um,
How
tsunami
to?
scare me.
Hmm?
It's funny. Tsunamis scare me, and it's funny how maybe it's me, but it's funny how weather in places that you don't live is more scary than weather where you live. I mean, you probably don't worry about freezing to death in the snow,
No.
right? But if I go to Alaska, I'm probably going to be so worried about freezing to death in the snow. I mean, I'm going to Alaska in August, and I'm probably going to be worried about freezing to death in the snow. Oh,
August is chilly.
because I'm thinking, well, what if what if I get separated from the group and da 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 and da 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 and da 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 and I freeze to death in the snow? You know, it has to be all of these things have to stack up perfect.
Yeah.
That, but it's I think about things like that. It's like tsunamis. I'm like, I don't want to go any place that's ever had one because just my luck they'd have one while I was there. But the thing I don't worry about is I don't worry about fires, wildfires.
Hmm.
I guess I should because a wildfire can happen anywhere. But I've worked on so many wildfires in so many places.
All
Okay.
right, y'all have a good one.
See, yeah. But yeah, I've worked on so many wildfires in so many places that I don't really worry about wildfires. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna go out into one, um, you know, and look for one. But yeah, the thought of a tsunami scares me. Yeah, it scares me a lot. But the thought of a hurricane doesn't scare me so much. I mean, you get warning when there's a hurricane and you can leave, you know? News reports that one in Indonesia was enough to keep me. Right. I'm never going to Indonesia. I just can't because that one was horrible. Have a good night. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm not going to stay. Oh, how much longer am I going to stay? Uh, Probably 6 minutes. Seeing the water suck out. Oh, if I ever saw that, I would probably just have a heart attack, Mike. Just to see the water just Oh, I I don't think I could last through it to even. Yeah, that part. Golden A says, I've had so many tsunami warnings and earthquakes. We're well prepared here. Thank goodness. I don't understand how you can be prepared for that. Although I've been in one earthquake, um, and then there's another earthquake that was close. I didn't feel the second one, but the first one I felt it. And it was like, whoa, this is weird. It wasn't a big one, but yeah. He says it gives me the shivers. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm really volcanoes really scare me too. Kind of, but yeah, yeah, they do really scare me. um, the only bad weather here there is snow or tornadoes. Tornadoes, I don't get too weirded out about, but I don't understand why they tell you that they're coming because you don't have time to do anything. Generally, when they tell you that a tornado is coming, it's um it's already there. We're waiting for the big one, but have been long since before I was born. Tornadoes and hurricanes scare me because the city buildings stop tornadoes mostly. Really? Yeah, that's true. I was in two bad earthquakes when I lived in California. Lots of damage. But I'm back in Connecticut. Oh, my brother was in that one in San Francisco that happened. The big one that wasn't the big one, but that happened. I don't remember. It's been a while ago. He still was living out there then. Um, that one was weird. The one where we watched it on the news while when the road collapsed. That was just freaky. Um, that was just so freaky. Um, yeah, I've been in several hurricanes over my life, and yeah, they're they're not fun, but and the thing about, I guess the thing about hurricanes, the most dangerous part, well, not the most dangerous part, but one of the things is the tornadoes that come out of them. A lot of times they have tornadoes spin out of them. Wow. So I haven't had a bad tornado there in 40 years. Yeah. We've had some bad ones here. Um, there was a couple bad ones a few um, years ago. The one that hit Tuscaloosa was pretty bad. It hit Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. It was pretty bad. Um, yeah, when Mount St. Helens blew up, that was wow. That was so ooh yeah. And what's weird is I have never been there, but I've been in that area. Um, I've never been to St. Helens, but I've been in that area and since then, and oh man, that freaked me out. I remember Mount St. Helens. I heard it and felt it. Oh, really, Golden Age? Oh, that scares me. It freaks me out. The worst part of the hurricanes is the noise and the things banging against the house. The wind does sound really ghostly. It is eerie. The eye of the hurricane is eerie, and especially because when the hurricane comes through the before it gets to the eye, the first part of it, it's horrible. It is rough. It is the worst thing ever, and then it's eerily quiet in the eye. It's crazy. And then you know it's going to start up again. You kind of sitting there going, okay, how long is this gonna last? How long is this gonna last? And then when it starts to kind of start up again, it's like, oh, abridged me after that closed, never reopened. Oh my gosh. I love bridges. It's funny. I love bridges and they scare me at the same time, but I love bridges. I love long bridges and high bridges and everything. And I'm afraid I when I drive on bridges, my heart palpitates. It depends on if it's a really high bridge. Long bridges, not so much, but high bridges, oh, I'm driving like this. I was camping at the time. I was 13 when she blew. Wow. Wow. There's always that eerie feeling in the air right before a storm, too. Yeah, an angry ear. I don't know that it's angry, Gulf Coast Granny. I'm not sure it's angry, eerie before a storm. But I do the air is charged before a storm. Yeah. It's definitely charged. And I don't know, I love that energy for some strange reason. I like storms. I think I have an affinity for storms. Um and I tell you what I do love. I love being on the water, which is, I know it's crazy, but I love being on the water when there's a storm. Um, Being at the beach and there's a storm. Oh, I don't know. The energy is so, I don't know, it's so raw. It's just, I don't know, it really appeals to me. It's if being in the eye of a storm, I mean, you think it's over. It's not. You know it's not over. When you're in the eye of a storm, you know it's not over. It feels it's it's charged. Even though it's calm, it's an eerie calm and it's charged. And you know it's like a ticking clock. You know that you're yeah, it this is only a short period of time. Yeah. Here at the top. Oh, yeah. If the sky turns green, yeah. Yeah, that's the same here. If it turns green, yeah, you better be heading for cover. Or getting get down low as you can go. Right. In the eye, the next part is the worst. Exactly. I wasn't in any danger where I was. I was halfway up Vancouver Island, but to think I was that far away and could hear and feel the effects was crazy. The power of nature. That is very true. That is very true. I'm gonna get off of here, guys. I do need to get a couple of hours sleep before morning. So thank everybody for coming in and hanging with me while I was working on my hat. I did get the hat finished. I did get the hat finished. So this is number 22. I think this is 22. I need to count them again. Of 30 that I'm making this month. Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, so, um, good night, everybody. I'll be going live later tonight at 11, my regular live. So if you're around, come in and see me. Bye now.